Snoop Dogg is more than just a rapper. He's an excellent businessman. Whether it's $500,000 for 16 bars in the music video, his heavy involvement in Web3 and NFTs, a wine release, or even a kids show, the Doggfather does it all. Yet, there is one business avenue that he is most passionate about, and that is the gaming industry. Yes, Snoop Dogg is an avid gamer and likes to invest in what he loves. But despite his involvement and collabs with a few successful games, there are many partnerships like FaZe Clan that made him lose millions. And today we're going to take a look at what happened and why Snoop Dogg's involvement in gaming has been so unsuccessful for him. Now, Kelvin has always had a love for gaming, as he contributed to Gran Turismo 3 with a song called Dogs Turismo 3 in 2002, became a playable character in the bonus mode of True Crime Streets of LA in 2003, and also made another song for Need for Speed Underground 2 in 2004. But in that same year, Snoop Dogg encountered his first big failure in the gaming market, as he decided to make his own game called Fear and Respect. Back then, a lot of rappers had games made for them, with 50 Cent even having two. And this caused Snoop Dogg to jump on the bandwagon and make a game that would rival GTA. He partnered together with Midway Games and John Singleton to work on the project. And the main story of the game was about a young gang leader named Goldie who lived in the streets of South Central Los Angeles, where players would have to take on rival street gangs and protect neighborhoods to earn respect. Now, the hype for this game was there, as it would get announced during a time where open world crime games were selling like hotcakes. And Paramount Pictures even announced that it would make a film adaptation of the game. But right at that moment, Midway would announce that the game had been cancelled. And this left many people upset. There is still speculation to this day of why it got cancelled, with many believing that the market was too saturated to see great returns. But there still hasn't been an official statement to this day, with Snoop Dogg only explaining that their vision wasn't quite understood.
Video game early didn't really understand what we was trying to do.
However, this didn't stop him from working with other games, as he became the main villain in Def Jam Fight for New York in 2005, produced a song for Tekken Tag Tournament 2 in 2012 and got his own stage, starred in a rhythm action game called Way of the Dog in 2013, and even made his voice available for a multiplayer announcement pack in Call of Duty Ghosts in 2014. Yet, in 2017, Snoop Dogg dipped his toes into the world of live streaming, and while he only streamed a couple of times throughout the next 2 years, he did eventually take it more serious and started his new path of becoming a Twitch streamer. Now, Snoop mainly started streaming on Twitch to promote another new gaming related business move he started, the Gangsta Gaming League, and he managed to gather thousands of viewers as a result. The Gangsta Gaming League was an esports series founded by Snoop Dogg and Mary Jane that debuted on the 14th of March in 2019 with a Madden NFL tournament, and featured 8 of Snoop's closest gaming friends all battling for the title of top dog and a piece of an $11,000 prize pool, with them also having the possibility to earn even more after beating Snoop Dogg himself in a match post tournament. The esports series was a huge success, as it got live streamed on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer and Facebook, and it even getting sponsored by Warner Brother Games, it featuring Mortal Kombat, and also seeing a season 2 getting announced in 2020. But despite its success, this new season unfortunately never came, and we haven't heard a single thing about it since. You might think that it was because Snoop Dogg couldn't handle his losses.
So that was a tough loss. How do you feel after that?
How the f you think I feel? Don't ask no dumb questions.
But this was all for entertainment, as the main reason probably involved Snoop being either too busy to continue it, seeing diminishing returns as hosting tournaments just isn't really profitable for the time and money spent on it, or that he just got bored of it with only 200 people watching it at the end, making this yet another project that he cancelled because of a lack of potential. However, a year later, he did see great success in his personal streaming career, as he frequently went viral for rage quitting and then leaving his stream open for 8 hours.
8 hours later.
Bitch, if I have to, you know why. Am I still streaming?
Streaming without audio for 3 days and not looking at chat, or simply not even being in the stream himself. And it resulted in him reaching over 1,000 viewers again in 2021. But 2021 was also a year where crypto and NFTs were at peak popularity. And with Snoop being a widely spread investor, he of course wanted to join in on the hype as well, as the money-making opportunities in the space were huge. Snoop Dogg had been a massive supporter of NFTs for years, and released projects like A Journey with the Dog, BODR, and the Baked Nation on the blockchain, but truly made headlines when he partnered with yet another gaming enterprise named The Sandbox, as this was a revolutionary collaboration. The Sandbox is a decentralized virtual gaming world in which you can buy and sell land, assets, games, and experiences for its in-game cryptocurrency called Sand. And Snoop Dogg entered their metaverse by owning his own virtual land where he would set up his mansion. Virtual land was incredibly popular during this time, as a metaverse investment company called Republic Realm once bought a piece of land for $4.3 million. And this meant that the land next to Snoop Dogg sold for a whopping $450,000 as well. However, the collaboration did not only include his own land and mansion, but also a NFT collection that included player avatars and a limited Snoop Dogg private party pass that gave VIP access to concerts, events, Q&As, and dedicated NFT drops like the Doggies not much later. The event drew in a lot of attention, and the native token experienced a massive rally over the next few months as a result, seeing a peak increase of 1044% in November of 2021. But, like with everything in life, all good things must come to an end, as it's now down 92.72% due to the crypto crash, with no sign of recovery in sight yet. Now, although this wasn't a project of Snoop himself, it could be labeled as another flop, especially if his compensation for the partnership was limited to the value of his land and stakes in the company. But knowing Snoop Dogg and his business knowledge, he probably got an upfront fee and managed to escape a devastating loss. Also, the hype for this project could return again in a positive economic environment, and the technology behind it is always developing and advancing, so I wouldn't write this project off just yet for him. However, this wasn't the only time Snoop invested in something that multiplied his investment and then crashed, as we're about to uncover his greatest failure in the gaming space yet. FaZe Clan, the biggest brand in gaming. Who hasn't heard about them these days? Yes, Snoop Dogg thought the same about a team that was valued at $1 billion back then, and it was going to be his biggest partnership in gaming yet. On the 13th of February, during the halftime show of the Super Bowl, Snoop was spotted wearing a FaZe Clan chain. And while this was seen as a fashion statement at first, it would later turn out that he was actually in talks of joining FaZe Clan, as he officially became a content creator and a member of their board of directors a month later. This was all thanks to his son Cordell Brodus, as he brought this collaboration to life. And this meant that not only Snoop acquired $1.9 million in stock, but also Cordell getting $250,000 for his efforts as well. The stocks would fully vest after their partnership with FaZe would end in early 2024. And Snoop's responsibilities included creating content for the organization, launching FaZe-related merchandise, and participating in key business initiatives, which ultimately never ended up happening. Apart from an introduction video, a few features, and the team and its members using him for his reach, he never really did anything for them when it came to promotion or merchandise. And after his shares were worth $3.9 million upon joining and even hit $7.4 million during FaZe Clan's peak in the summer, the stock quickly crashed with over 90% in value lost due to a combination of management and revenue problems, multiple executives resigning, old school members like Rain and Tico speaking up, and projections not getting achieved, resulting in it now sitting at 51 cents per share and it risking being delisted from the Nasdaq. Snoop Dogg noticed the turmoil and decided to resign from the board of directors effective immediately on the 29th of March in a letter filed through the SEC, claiming that the resignation was not a result of any disagreement with the company or its subsidiaries. However, because his shares weren't fully vested yet, he left with a lot less than the 320,000 shares he got. And going off various disclosures, it meant that Snoop probably left with around 106,000 shares instead, meaning that his once $7.4 million investment eventually turned into a $53,000 payday according to Sportico. This was easily one of Snoop Dogg's biggest losses in his years of being involved in the gaming industry. But was it really that bad with no investment out of his own pockets and arguably no involvement in the team whatsoever? Seems like he dodged the bullet regardless of how much profit he lost out on. Then again, even this mistake doesn't stop his passion for the gaming business, as he stopped streaming on Twitch and has plans on tackling the live streaming market himself. This year he decided to partner up with an app called Schiller, which combines the best of Web3 technology, live streaming and NFT projects. But this wasn't his only new adventure, as he also joined the crypto casino Roobet, a crypto gambling website that has been banned in the majority of countries worldwide, including all of Europe, the US and China, which surely can't be the best for his reputation either. Yet, Snoop Dogg continues his search for the next big thing, and isn't afraid to take any risks in the process, which might eventually work out for him in the gaming sector as well. Hopefully. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did and subscribe if you haven't already. It's much appreciated.